Picture this. You've waited 11 months for this cruise. You're at the security scanner. Your bag goes through, and the officer pulls it aside. Not because of something suspicious, not because of something dangerous, because of something sitting in 90% of suitcases at that exact gangway. Something you packed without a second thought. 12 items getting pulled at gangways right now. Item number 1 is in 90% of suitcases. Getting it wrong in the wrong port doesn't just cost you the item. Magnetic hooks have been a cruise hack for years. Cabin walls are metal. You attach hooks, hang bags, create storage. But 2026 changed the rules. Cruise lines introduced magnetic strength caps for the first time. Anything above a certain pull rating gets flagged as a hull interference risk and confiscated at scanning. The problem? Your hooks don't come with a magnetic strength label on the packet. The smart move? Switch to adhesive-only cabin organizers. Comes off clean without damaging the wall. You bought the large bottle, long cruise, lots of ports. Makes complete sense. But hand sanitizer above 3.40Z has been reclassified as a flammable class liquid at several major terminals in 2026, and officers are now pulling large bottles without hesitation. The smart move? 2 separate 3O's bottles in your liquids bag. Same total volume. Completely clear of the new threshold. Here's where most channels get this wrong, and that mistake cost passengers their devices. Disposable vapes and refillable pods are not treated the same. Most advice online lumps them together. Cruise security does not. Refillable pods trigger confiscation, plus a cabin search notation on your passenger record, and that notation follows you through every security checkpoint on board for the rest of the cruise. The smart move? Disposable nicotine devices only. Declared at check-in. Keep the purchase receipt in your carry-on. That receipt matters more than you'd think in a secondary inspection. Privacy rules tightened significantly in late 2025. Body cameras, chest mounts, spy pens, anything designed to record without being obvious, are now held at guest services for the entire cruise. You get it back on disembarkation day, 11 days without your device. Everything you plan to film, gone. The smart move? Phone-only recording for personal content. And one rule that protects you everywhere: always ask before filming crew members. Always. This one blindsides people who've packed the exact same item on previous sailings without any issues. A new 2026 requirement means compression garments, socks, sleeves, full-leg stockings are being flagged as unverified medical devices if you can't prove they're medically recommended. The smart move? 1 page, doctor's letterhead, condition listed, device listed, saved as a PDF on your phone. Takes your GP 5 minutes to write and takes the security officer 5 seconds to clear you. TikTok made this a travel essential. 3 million views on pack this for your cruise cabin. And now it's getting confiscated at the gangway. The problem isn't hygiene, it's the plumbing. Cruise ship toilet systems run on suction. Any device designed to pump water into the toilet area gets flagged as a plumbing interference risk. Confiscation, plus a possible fee attached to your CPAS account. The smart move? Cruise line approved bathroom wipes only. And never put anything other than toilet paper down a cruise ship toilet. These went mainstream in 2025, and cruise lines spent the second half of that year quietly building enforcement policies around them. The issue is the dining room. Smart glasses recording at your table create a privacy violation involving every guest around you. Late 2025 enforcement hit hard. Either confiscation at the gangway or mid-cruise removal after a passenger complaint. The smart move? Leave them at home. This is one category where no workaround exists. The policy is the policy. Royal Caribbean's late 2025 crackdown was aggressive and very public. Cases of water pulled, large Stanley-style tumblers filled with anything other than water, poured out at the dock. In front of you. The smart move? Buy a small water bottle on board on day 1. Or use the ship's refillable stations. They exist on most major lines now. The embarrassment of a dockside pour-out disappears fast when there's a free refill station 30 feet from your cabin. You packed an AirTag in your suitcase to track it. Logical. Millions do it. But some lines in 2026 are flagging AirTags and checked luggage as unauthorized RF devices. Your bag gets pulled. You unpack it at the gangway, in public, while the queue builds behind you. The smart move? Tracker, in your carry-on only. Declared at check-in. The carry-on never leaves your sight anyway, which is actually more useful. This is where the stakes shift completely. Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, GLP-1 injectables are now traveling in millions of bags worldwide. And a brand new 2026 policy gap has left thousands of users completely exposed at the gangway. Needles trigger automatic secondary inspection. Refrigeration storage requests require pre-clearance documentation. Without it, the ship's medical center can deny refrigeration access, and your medication deteriorates across the entire voyage. The smart move? 3 things. Original packaging with pharmacy label. Doctor's letter specifically stating the medication, dosage, and injection schedule. And pre-clearance contact with the ship's medical center at least 2 weeks before sailing. Email, not phone. You need that paper trail. You tip all your tablets into one small container. Saves space. Easy to access. Feels practical. But this single habit has led to real consequences for real passengers at foreign ports in 2024 and 2025. The ship's policy might allow it, but the port country's drug laws override the ship completely. Unlabeled pills in an unmarked container look identical to narcotics in a customs officer's eyes, regardless of what they actually are. The smart move? Original prescription bottles. Every medication. Every sailing. Non-negotiable. Number 1. The phone charging brick. Yeah, the one in your bag right now. Here's what nobody told you. In 2026, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and NCL quietly capped the wattage they'll let on board. Anything above 20 watts, your Anchor fast charger, your Apple 30, every GAN brick on the market, is now flagged as a fire risk at the scanner. Same rule that killed surge protectors. They're not warning you. They're taking it. And here's the part that ruins your week. No charger means a dead phone by day 2. 7 days, sailing dark. Smart move. Flip the brick over before you pack. If the print says anything over 20W, leave it home. 1 cruise-approved low-watt brick, 1 backup cable, done.
Let's start with the one that catches the most people off guard. You're paying $5 a cup at the ship cafe, so you pack your Keurig. Smart move, right? Carnival explicitly names coffee machines on their prohibited items page. Mr. Coffee, electric French press, pod machines, all of them. Any appliance with a heating element gets flagged at the X-ray belt and pulled from your bag. No exceptions. But here's the fix. Request hot water from your steward. It's usually free. Pack a manual pour-over dripper or a non-electric French press with your own coffee grounds, and every ship buffet has a coffee station running around the clock anyway. Here's one that stings because so many people think they've already solved this problem. You did your homework. You knew irons were banned, so you bought a travel steamer instead. The safer option, the clever workaround. Except that's banned too. Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian all prohibit closed steamers under the same policy as irons. Heating element, fire hazard, confiscated. The workaround has been closed for years. Most people still don't know. Pack wrinkle-resistant fabrics. Hang your clothes in a steamy bathroom after a shower, or use the ship's pressing service. Most lines charge $1 to $3 per item, far cheaper than losing the steamer at the pier. This one genuinely surprises people, especially parents and grandparents traveling with young children. Royal Caribbean has officially banned Wi-Fi-enabled baby monitors. The reason? They interfere with onboard navigation and communication systems, so your responsible parenting decision. The thing you packed, because you were being careful, gets confiscated at boarding. The solution is simpler than you'd think. Most major cruise lines, Royal, Carnival, Norwegian, now have in-app messaging with cabin-to-cabin features. Use those instead. Audio-only monitors may still be tolerated on some lines, but always check your specific line's policy before you pack. Ship Wi-Fi is expensive, and it usually only covers one device per package, so you buy a travel router to split one connection across your phone, tablet, and laptop. Brilliant hack. Saves money. Very smart. Except it's banned. Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian have all officially prohibited passenger-owned routers. Starlink mini devices are also on the list. The reasons given: interference with ship communication systems and onboard cybersecurity. Passengers on cruise forums have reported their routers pulled directly from checked luggage after X-ray screening. The practical answer here is to budget the multi-device Wi-Fi package before you board. It's an annoying extra cost, but it's far less annoying than arriving with a confiscated router and no internet at all. You picked up the new Meta Ray-Ban glasses. You're going to capture memories hands-free, effortless, modern. The problem? They look exactly like regular sunglasses. And that's precisely why Royal Caribbean is restricting them in sensitive onboard areas. They can record passengers, crew, and restricted zones without anyone knowing. Unlike a visible GoPro strapped to your chest, nobody can tell you're filming. Use them freely when you're exploring in port, but keep them stowed when you're moving through ship interiors, pool areas, or anywhere you see a posted no recording sign. Check your cruise line's camera device policy before you sail. This one is only going to get stricter. These little coil heaters cost about $8. Drop one in a mug, and you've got hot water for tea, oatmeal, or instant coffee in 2 minutes. Small, discreet, incredibly practical, and completely banned on every major cruise line. Any device with an exposed heating element fails their electrical safety policy. Security X-rays flag them instantly. They get confiscated at the pier and during random cabin inspections throughout the trip. Want hot water in your cabin? Ask your steward. It's usually free, or head up to the buffet. Hot water stations are available 24 hours a day. Bring your own tea bags. Grab a mug. Done. This is the ban that makes people genuinely upset. And honestly, the frustration is understandable. You've been on 30 cruises. You know your room steward by name. You bake your famous shortbread at home, wrap it beautifully, and bring it as a thank you. A genuine act of kindness. Norwegian and other major lines have explicitly prohibited homemade food and outside restaurant food as crew gifts. The stated reason: crew health and safety, customs liability. But there's another reason that actually makes sense when you hear it. Some crew members reported feeling uncomfortable refusing gifts and faced pressure to accept food they shouldn't have. Your kindness was putting them in a difficult position. The better option? Bring commercially sealed, packaged treats from your home country. A small, wrapped chocolate box, a packaged local snack, a heartfelt written note. These mean just as much, and nobody ends up in an awkward situation. You've probably never thought twice about this one. You throw your backpack on, head off the ship for the day, explore the port, come back, and bring it straight into dinner with you. Normal, completely normal, except more and more cruise lines are now restricting backpacks from formal dining rooms, specialty restaurants, and certain onboard venues entirely. Princess, Cunard, and several premium lines have updated their dress code and venue policies to specifically list large bags and backpacks as not permitted inside dining spaces during evening service. And it doesn't stop on the ship. Several popular cruise ports, including destinations across the Mediterranean, Hartwell and Oimawes, have introduced backpack size restrictions at the pier, entry points and heritage sites that shore excursions visit. Passengers have been turned away from entering specific attractions because their bag exceeded the permitted dimensions. The tour kept going. They stood outside. But here's the part that actually catches people off guard. On tendering operations, where smaller boats ferry you from the ship to shore, certain lines are now enforcing strict bag size rules for safety and space reasons. An oversized backpack can mean you wait for the next tender, or you don't go ashore at all. The fix is simple. Pack a lightweight foldable day bag that sits under 20 liters. Small enough for tender restrictions, easy to leave in your cabin when you head to dinner, and always check the specific venue and port rules before you assume you're fine, because your backpack getting flagged at the dining room entrance on formal night is not the kind of memory you want from your cruise.
You probably packed it for a little relaxation, your favorite ocean playlist, or that white noise machine that helps you fall asleep. But guess what? It's banned. Carnival Cruise Line has now fully prohibited Bluetooth speakers, even inside your own cabin. Why? They say it's to make sure you can hear emergency announcements. But let's be honest, it's also to stop people from turning the pool deck into Coachella. Same goes for Bluetooth white noise machines. Even if you plan to keep it low, security still sees it as a risk. So what's allowed? Earbuds, headphones, and maybe a soft hum from the air conditioning if you're lucky. Otherwise, your speaker might be spending the cruise in the naughty room. and you'll be relaxing to the sweet sound of nothing. Think you can outsmart cruise Wi-Fi prices with your own satellite dish? Think again. Cruise lines have officially banned personal Starlink systems, along with any hotspot devices that split your connection. Yep, even if it's just for your family. Some passengers tried bringing tech that shares one Wi-Fi plan across multiple devices. The cruise lines? Not amused. They now scan for rogue networks, and if they catch one, your gear gets confiscated. And no, you don't get it back until the cruise is over, if you're lucky. So unless you want to be flagged before you even unpack, ditch the hotspot hacks. Because in 2025, the only satellite you're connecting to is the one charging $30 a day. Remember when walkie-talkies were the smart way to keep tabs on your travel group? Cruise lines like Royal Caribbean and Norwegian are banning them, along with wireless baby monitors. Why? They mess with the ship's emergency communication systems. Yes, really. Even the low-power models can interfere with radio frequencies, and that's a big deal when you're floating in the middle of the ocean, so don't count on security making exceptions. Many ships are done with the gray areas. They're banning these devices completely. Got kids on board? Stick to the cruise line's app to stay in touch. Or go old school and knock on the door. Because the only static you want on your cruise is from the sea breeze, not your two-way radio. Think you've outsmarted the drink package by sneaking on a box of wine? Cruise lines are cracking down hard, and boxed wine is at the top of the nope list. Why? Because it's harder to inspect, easier to tamper with, and harder to control once opened. Even if you're just trying to sip Cabernet on your balcony, that box could get flagged at security. Most lines still let you bring one standard bottle of wine per adult. But show up with a box, and it'll either be confiscated or held until disembarkation, if you're lucky. And don't even think about beer, liquor, or hard seltzers. Those are banned outright, so play it safe. Bring one sealed bottle. And yes, double check that your corkscrew isn't on the naughty list too. You decorated your cabin door with a cute little pineapple. Totally innocent, right? Well, not exactly. An upside-down pineapple has become an unofficial signal on cruise ships. And let's just say it doesn't mean tropical vibes. It's become widely known as a swinger symbol. And while that might sound funny, it's caused enough confusion and awkward moments that some cruise lines, like Carnival, have officially banned it. If you're caught displaying one, you could be asked to remove it immediately. And in some cases, you may even be reported to guest services. Even if you didn't know the meaning, it's still best to leave the fruit at home. So unless you're on a cruise where pineapples are part of the theme, stick to seashells and towel animals. Think your little outlet extender is a cruise hack? Not anymore. Cruise lines, especially Royal Caribbean, have quietly banned most multi-plug devices with standard sockets. We're not just talking surge protectors. Even those harmless-looking extenders with 2 extra outlets? Yep, banned. If your charger combines USB and traditional sockets, security might flag it and take it away during boarding. Why? Because these devices can overheat or interfere with the ship's electrical systems, especially on older vessels that weren't designed for modern tech. Here's the kicker. Many cabins still only have 2 outlets total. So what should you pack instead? A USB-only hub, no standard plugins, and make sure it doesn't have surge protection. Trust me, it's better than finding your extension cord in the naughty room lost and found. Thinking of capturing that epic sail-away shot with your drone? Think again. Cruise lines have cracked down hard on drones. Not just flying them, but even bringing them on board. Carnival and Norwegian won't let you bring one at all. Others might let you pack it, but you'll need to check it with security and never fly it on board. And in port, you better check local laws, because flying a drone in the wrong country can actually get you arrested. Yep, one guy did it and ended up facing charges. So unless you're on a drone-permitted excursion, just don't bother. Stick to your phone or a GoPro. They're lighter, safer, and way less likely to land you in cruise ship jail. You packed your favorite pink flamingo float. You imagine drifting peacefully in the cruise ship pool. But there's just one problem. Cruise pools are strict no-float zones. That means no pool noodles, no inflatable donuts, and definitely no giant unicorns. Why? Safety. With limited pool space and no lifeguards, floats become a serious hazard, even for kids. Pool staff won't hesitate to shut it down. They'll confiscate floaties faster than you can say Marco Polo. What's allowed? Life vests, and most ships offer them for free. So save the inflatable menagerie for your backyard pool, unless you want to see it deflate along with your cruise dreams. You step off the ship, ready to hit that postcard-perfect beach. Towel? Check. Flip-flops? Check. Sunscreen? Uh-oh. Because if your sunscreen isn't reef-safe, you could actually be fined, blocked from the beach, or even kicked off an excursion. Ports like Hawaii, the US Virgin Islands, and parts of Mexico have banned sunscreens with harmful chemicals that damage coral reefs and marine life. And no, your cruise line probably won't warn you. They don't enforce it on board. But local authorities do. Avoid the headache, avoid the guilt trip, pack reef-safe sunscreen from the start. It protects your skin and the ocean you came to enjoy. A little poker with friends sounds harmless, right? Especially when the ship's rocking and you've got hours to kill. But if there's real money on the table and you're not inside the casino, you've just broken a major cruise rule. Cruise lines have strict policies against gambling for cash in public spaces like lounges, buffets, or pool decks. Why? To comply with international gambling laws and to avoid any onboard drama that comes with money disputes. Even a casual bet can get flagged by crew, and yes, they do monitor these things. So if you're feeling lucky, keep the stakes friendly. Or better yet, take it to the casino, where the chairs are comfier and no one's getting written up. This last one is already throwing a wrench into people's cruise plans. Some UK-based cruise lines are now saying, no wheelchair, no boarding, unless you booked the right cabin. Yep. Passengers who bring a wheelchair but didn't reserve an accessible cabin are being denied boarding, even if the chair is foldable. The cruise lines say it's about safety protocols. They need to ensure staff can assist during emergencies. But for many travelers, it feels more like a last-minute curveball. Imagine showing up for your long-awaited cruise and being turned away at the terminal because of your mobility aid. It's already happening. So if you, or a loved one, uses a wheelchair, double-check the fine print and call the cruise line directly. Better to be safe than stuck at the dock with a fully packed suitcase. Cruising should be smooth sailing, but just one overlooked item could turn your vacation upside down. These bans aren't just fine print. They're the difference between boarding with confidence or being called to the dreaded security desk. So before you zip up your suitcase, take 5 minutes to double-check your packing list. Because the rules have changed, and cruise lines aren't playing around. If this video helped you avoid a costly mistake, a quick like lets us know we're doing something right. And if you've ever had something confiscated, or dodged a packing disaster, drop your story in the comments below. Cruise smart, cruise safe, and we'll see you back here with more tips real soon.